Hello, my name is Lee Hendricks. I'm your essential oil nurse and the founder of Proactive Healthstyle. I'm going to tell you a little story about how Proactive Healthstyle came to be because it's a really good story and I want you to listen closely because this story could change your life. The story begins in 1998. I lived with my husband and young daughter on a beautiful, beautiful pirate ship. It was a 40-foot sailboat, and we had dreams. We were going to sail around the world, have incredible adventures, and discover other cultures. This was the dream, but there was something happening with my body. It started slowly at first, and probably been going on for quite a while. I was getting pins and needles in my feet, a little bit of tiredness, and I had begun to sweat through the sheets at night, every night. And these symptoms were compounding, they were getting worse and worse. And finally, we sought out the help of our GP. And the GP looked and said, you need to go and see the neurologist. So we went and saw the neurologist. And meanwhile, the symptoms were getting worse and worse. It was becoming increasingly difficult to walk any distance. I was exhausted most of the time, sleeping long portions of the day. When we saw the neurologist and they did the CAT scans and MRIs on my brain and on my spine, and the diagnosis came back. And I'll never forget the day sitting in the GP's office when he sat me down and said, "You have aggressive progressive multiple sclerosis. The disease is going to progress and you will be in a wheelchair by the end of this year and you will never get out." It was a devastating diagnosis. And I went home from that and things became worse. I actually broke down in tears on the day that I could no longer tie my 2-year-old daughter's shoes. And that's when my husband stepped in and said, "You can beat this. You need to go off and do research." And so he arranged for a 2-week break for me to go and research. And research I did. And that was the beginning of the Proactive Healthstyle. Now, please understand, at that point in time, we had a stellar diet. We were organic vegetarians. I made my own tofu. I made my own bread. We drank lots of water. We had an active, adventurous lifestyle. So it wasn't just the nutritional part. There was so much more. Because, in fact, we are mind, body, and spirit. And that's what I went to work with. Now, as things progressed, and I changed a lot of lifestyle habits and health style habits and created a health style, my health improved. And in fact, we did go off sailing. We sailed from Victoria to New Zealand. I got to enjoy my daughter. My daughter was 2 then. She's now 20, and this beautiful young woman who I got to go hiking with. We scaled mountains, we crossed oceans, we danced, we sang, we wrestled, we hiked, we laughed, because I had the health to do so. Now, you might not have multiple sclerosis. You may just have, perhaps it's a little bit of extra weight you're carrying. Perhaps it's depression that you suffer with. Perhaps it's some other ailment. But whatever it is that is stopping you from leading a full life, there are answers. And the answers are what I call the Proactive Health Style. If you download the ebook here, you're going to find an incredible health plan that's tailored just for you. I lay out a lot of principles and I lay out ways that health works. So please join me in this journey, download the ebook, and if you are suffering with a illness that is an autoimmune one, contact me. I would love to work with you because I do have answers and you will get well. Thank you so much for being with me. Again, this is Lee Hendricks with Proactive Healthstyle.